There's nothing quite like waking up in the village. To the birds singing and the cows mooing and your lungs breathing in crisp, fresh air. In the last episode, I told you I'd be taking you on the trek of the rest of the hill, and I hope you are ready. Welcome to Wanderlust, Slang Dare. Today marks the second day of my trek up the hill of Slang Dare. And it's not just a trek into the forest, it's a trek into the forest with stories. So I'm enjoying my walk, every bit of it. So I'm excited to go up there again on the second day. So let's go. Our first stop for the day was at Bijakol, where there was supposed to be lots of beehives inside the monstrous rocks. But since it was monsoon, the water seemed to have driven them away for the time being. They would be back during winters, and we get to enjoy the falls while they were gone without the fear of getting stung. They're telling me that we're now about to reach this place called Matchu, Boldak, Karam, the place where the cows were tied up. Okay, let's go. No matter how far or deep away from civilization you go, technology will always seem to catch up. This little part in the hills had a solid network connectivity, so we all decided to stop and reply to our never-ending messages. This was where the cattle of the spirits were tied up, and there were indentation marks from the ropes on some of the trees here.
They said that this was the original spot for the cattle being tied up.
Oh,
yeah. Inon den takana.
Oh, yara. May ba isa din mana sabamu din thela di ungjaba.
Den thela di ungjaba mi mangkure ngjado kuna.
Oh, den spata.
Den spatsna bolchongo. Inora wa noruni no khani takhosa. Den chotakda takanaro. Wa noruni no khal mangabara. Mi mang bisanaro. Mi mang bisana. Uno yapko 바가바 마가바 보통리 뭐밥 도막 도미 파라 마고 아자클 만나로 미망고 아자클 메사 이노 비샤로 들라고 된차 비샤 위노도 빠사 갔다나
갔다함 기사 있는이데 미망 송동자족 동자족
나기샤 다오 미망 동자하
So the interesting legend about this place, why we had come to this place in the first place, is that we believe that the spirits dwelt here, right? That was many years ago. And now they no longer live here. And the reason was because of the fate that happened right here many, many years ago when men and ghosts or the spirits lived together, when they lived together in harmony. When men came to clear the jungles here, they did not see the spirits that were living here. And unfortunately, an accident happened where he accidentally chopped off the spirit child that was here. And that was where the disharmony happened, and the spirits felt like we were no longer welcomed here in this place. And that's why they moved on to the new Balpakram, which we have now in South Garo Hills. But this is where the original Balpakram was.
We then trekked on to where the story all started between the demigods and men. The trek through the forest was quite exhausting and humid, so we decided to rest for some time. But unfortunately, it started raining, so we could not sit for too long. It's amazing that you have natural and organic solutions for everything from stomach aches, skin infections to ulcers. Villagers relied heavily on these natural medications.
Yara Maya, biapara?
Oh, yara. Migam gola pani mandi nata pani. Kang songdong atagpa biapna. Naimir kirangan longen nama berang jakalan longen tahu jakal tukengnya bang bate wajarangan ya kirang kura bairi angi jakal tukengnya daun asok ini jakal kaba samrang namin gam cataro
tahu ni bara ikut enga men
jakal tukengnya bang bate wajarangan ci rongjeng gemuknya sokpai anginya ya kirang ko lagi jakalnya daun asok mungkin kapa
So this place right here is where the natives believe that this demigod called Megam Golapa used to reside. And according to their belief, he was a witch doctor or a soothsayer who would heal the people then, as well as the spirits. And that is why, because this is where he used to live in, there are lots of medicinal plants that are grown here, which in fact the natural healers these days still use. These are called DDK in the local dialect, but these have a lot of medicinal values.
빨리 참나 무기가 좀 나가나. 나쁜 게 그래. 당한 게 다 나가라 알았어. udah nunggu na ilo pa.
Yan kuat pan wat bas kang ngoni mengsinggepa menggamgepa di apunga kang agar sakna singgepa boncenggepa ya kita di barana yano doonga mama sani khabira aga sani.
This place was the pathway through which the spirits or the new spirits would enter the land. Whenever the eagles saw the spirits going down to the village, they would ask where they were going. And that cry of the eagles would be heard by the villagers, and they would be alerted that a death was going to take place. And true enough, someone would pass away from the village, and their spirit would come up this path with the older spirits to the land where they would dwell. But there is nothing dull about the forest. You'll always find things to do and see when inside the forest, even when you're lost.
So this is the place Bijakol where we had planned to come here yesterday. Unfortunately, due to the different route that we took, we could never make it. And this is the place where the wind blows perpetually. It never stops blowing, come what may the seasons. And I can actually feel the change in the breeze when we moved from one spot to here. And it's really amazing. They say that beauty always has an ugly side, and we managed to experience that firsthand because we got lost for about 10 minutes inside this beautiful forest. But fret not, we're out of the forest and we're out back here, out in the paddy field in the open, and we've got our bearings right. So let's continue on the journey.
This was the second place where the cattle were tied up by the spirits. The marks here were fresher, so that is why the villagers believe that this is where the new place or the new Matchu Boldak Karam was. This tree in the middle of the forest is believed to hold medicinal value, so much so that when healers and villagers take something from this tree, they leave their axes behind as a sign of respect towards the tree.
about throughout this entire trek, this place is known as Chidimak, where natives believe that the ghosts here took a bath. And I think we're also going to do the same. It's been a tiring trek. The crew and myself are going to enjoy Take a Dip. You guys should definitely check out this place. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for trekking with us. Bye-bye. Have a good time.